You didn't stay for the ending. You left before the last line, like I was just a moment you could leave behind in time. I stood there in the silence, trying not to fall apart, but you were already halfway gone, with pieces of my heart. I thought goodbye would be louder, I thought I'd see it coming through, but you just slowly disappeared, like I was nothing to you. You left me in pieces on the floor of what we were. Every shot of your goodbye still whispering your words, and I don't know how to fix this when you took the better part. You left me in pieces, but you still have my heart. Now I trace your absence in every empty room, like the air still remembers everything we used to do. And I keep rearranging all the broken parts you made, but no matter how I try, nothing ever stays the same. I keep waiting for the moment I stop hearing your name, but it echoes through the silence like it never fades away. You left me in pieces, and I'm still learning how to stand with a love that fell apart between your leaving and my hands. And I wish I could forget you, but forgetting feels like loss. You left me in pieces when you finally crossed. If goodbye was supposed to heal me, why does it still cut so deep? I'm holding all the questions you never stay to keep, and maybe love was never meant to survive a final day, but I still feel you in everything you took away. You left me in pieces, and I'm trying not to break. Every memory I carry is a risk I still take, and I don't blame you anymore, but I can't erase the start. You left me in pieces, but you still live in my heart. And this is where it ends, even if I'm not ready yet. You were standing in the doorway with your bag already packed. I tried to find the right words, but they never came out back. I thought if I stay quiet, you might change your mind, like silence could somehow turn back time. I felt it slipping through my hands, but I didn't know what to say. So I just stood there hoping you wouldn't walk away. I didn't know how to let you go, didn't know where to start. was holding on to pieces of a falling heart, and I thought if I kept loving you, you'd find your way back home. But love can't make someone stay when they've already gone. I didn't know how to let you go. Now I hear your name in silence, like a song I can't turn off. And I keep replaying moments, trying to find where we got lost. I walk the same old streets, but they don't feel the same. Everything reminds me of what we became. I tried to fill the empty space, but it only made it clear that letting go of someone is the hardest kind of fear. I didn't know how to let you go, even when I knew inside that you were already leaving. With every step you tried, and I kept holding on to you like I had something left to prove. But love isn't holding tighter when someone wants to move. I didn't know how to let you go. Maybe if I said it different, maybe if I fought a little more. But I know deep down you were already out the door, and I was just the last one trying to pretend that something broken could still bend. I didn't know how to let you go, but I'm learning now somehow that some goodbyes don't need words, they just happen anyhow. And even if it hurts me more than I can show, I'm slowly understanding how to let you go. I didn't know how to let you go. I didn't know, but I'm learning now. It's 2 a.m. and I'm awake again, staring at the ceiling like it knows your name. I thought I'd be okay by now, but nothing really feels the same. I scroll through old conversations like they might start to make sense, but all I find is distance where you used to exist. And I don't even cry out loud, I just let it fall inside, where no one has to see it, where I don't have to hide. I didn't know love could fade like that, slowly turning into pain. One day you're everything I had, next day just a name. And I keep pretending I'm okay while I fall apart alone in the quiet of my bedroom, where no one ever knows. I didn't know love could fade like that. Your side of the bed is colder now than it ever used to be, and I still catch myself reaching for someone I can't see. The silence has a language that only broken hearts understand, and I'm learning how to live with what I can't demand. No one hears the quiet damage of a love that slips away. It doesn't need a goodbye, it just slowly fades. I didn't know love could fade like that, without a sound, without a fight, just disappearing in the dark, piece by piece at night. And I keep telling myself I'm fine, but I don't believe it too, because every lonely hour still leads me back to you. I didn't know love could fade like that. If I close my eyes too long, I can still feel you here, but it's just my memory confusing love with fear. I thought love was supposed to break with something I could see, but it just disappeared so quietly from me. I didn't know love could fade like that, like it never even stayed, like I was just a moment you slowly erased. And I'm still here in the aftermath of something I can't hold, learning how to breathe again in a space that turned cold. I didn't know love could fade like that. I'm still awake at 2 a.m., wondering where you went. I still set 2 cups on the table, like you might walk in at night. Still leave the light on in the hallway, like you're just outside. I talk like you can hear me when no one's in the room, and I swear I feel your presence in everything I do. It's strange how quiet everything became, like the world forgot your name. But I never did. I didn't know you were already gone, until I reached for you and nothing was there. I kept holding on to something that had disappeared, and I was still living like you stayed while you were already far away. I didn't know you were already gone, until I felt the space. The photos still look alive, like they're waiting to breathe again. And I keep expecting your footsteps at the door that never ends. Even time feels confused now, like it doesn't know the truth, that I'm still here in yesterday, still looking for you. No one tells you how it happens, how someone fades so slow that you don't even notice until you're alone. I didn't know you were already gone. needed more. I didn't know you were already gone, and I don't know when you left. Was it silence? Was it distance? Was it something I forget? And now I live inside the echo of a love that isn't here. I didn't know you were already gone, until I felt the fear. And now I know you were never really here. Counted every dollar like it was all we had. Some nights we shared a silence that felt heavier than that. You smiled through the struggle like it wasn't breaking you, and I pretended I was stronger just to get us through. We didn't have much left, but we still had each other. I thought that would be enough to make it better. I didn't want us to end like this, with empty hands and tired eyes. We were trying just to live while life kept passing by. And I'm sorry I couldn't fix it, all the weight we had to bear. I didn't want us to end like this, but we were never really spared. The rent was always rising while our hope was running thin, and every "we'll be okay" felt like losing from within. You worked until your body started giving up the fight, and I watched you disappear in the glow of every night. There's no shame in being tired, but it hurts to see you break, when every step we take forward feels like something we can't make. I didn't want us to end like this, just surviving, not alive, holding on to borrowed time, just to stay inside. And I wish I could have given a softer place to land. I didn't want us to end like this, but we did the best we can. Maybe love was never meant to carry all this weight, but we kept on believing it would change our fate. And even now I see you in everything we lost, and I still don't know how to measure what survival costs. I didn't want us to end like this, with dreams we couldn't keep, just two hearts still beating through the lives we couldn't sleep. And if there's any meaning in the life we couldn't save, I hope it's in the love we gave, in every sacrifice we made. I didn't want us to end like this. We Not the weight of what we choose. We just called it love and freedom. Didn't know what we could lose. I remember how it felt then, like forever in our hands. But forever turned to something we could never understand. I thought holding on was strength. I thought pain was part of love. I didn't know the difference between enough and too much. I stayed even when it hurt me, even when I felt alone. Thought if I just kept on trying, you would finally come home. And I gave you all my younger years, like they didn't have a cost. Now I'm looking at the past, at everything I lost. I stayed even when it hurt me. There's a version of me back then who believed in what we were, who would have done anything just to make your heart feel sure. I wish I could go find them, tell them they deserve more. That love isn't supposed to feel like something you endure. But time doesn't go backward, it just teaches you to see all the ways you disappear, trying to be what they need. I stayed even when it hurt me, even when I knew inside something wasn't right between us. But I let it pass me by, and I called it growing up. But it was letting go of me. Piece by piece I faded into what you needed me to be. I stayed even when it hurt me. If I could go back to those nights, I would choose myself instead. I would leave before the silence filled with everything unsaid. But maybe that's the lesson hidden in the pain I keep. You don't always know you're breaking until it's running deep. I stayed even when it hurt me, but I won't do that again. I've learned love should never cost you who you are within. And even if I miss you in the way you used to be, I won't go back to the version that forgot to choose me. I stayed even when it hurt me. We were young, but I know better now. I kept the lights on every night, like you might walk back through the door. I left the future waiting, like I had something worth hoping for. I built my life around a maybe that never learned to stay. And I told myself tomorrow would finally change today. But dreams don't wait forever, they slowly slip away. And I was just too busy hoping to see them fade. I stayed hoping you'd come back, even when I knew you wouldn't. Held on to every broken promise like it meant something it shouldn't. And I lost myself in waiting for a version of the past. Now I'm standing in the ruins of dreams that didn't last. I stayed hoping you'd come back. Watch my goals turn quieter. One by one they disappeared, while I was chasing shadows of a future never near. Everyone said move forward, but I kept looking behind, trying to find a version of me that I left in time. And every step I didn't take was another chance I lost. I didn't fail all at once, I just paid the cost. I stayed hoping you'd come back, while everything I wanted slipped. Watched my dreams turn into silence between every breath. And now I'm left with nothing but the weight of what I lacked. All because I kept believing you would one day come back. I stayed hoping you'd come back. Maybe you were never coming, maybe I just couldn't see that I was building all my future on something that wasn't me. And every dream I buried was waiting for me to decide. But I kept waiting for your return instead of my own life. I stayed hoping you'd come back, and I let my world fall down. Every dream I ever had is just echoes in the ground, and I can't undo the waiting all the time I let pass by. But I'm learning how to stand where my future used to lie. I stayed hoping you'd come back, but I'm the one who has to stay this time and move on anyway. You said love was patient, so I waited every night. Held on to your silence like it meant you'd come back right. I learned how to read you in the spaces you would leave. Every I'm okay you whispered was just another way to leave. I told myself it's temporary, that we'd find our way again. But I was the only one still trying to pretend. I stayed until it broke me, until there was nothing left. Gave you every piece of me you never tried to protect, and I kept holding could trust. I lost myself in hoping you'd become who you were. But love can't fix a feeling that was never really sure. I should have seen it sooner in the way you let me fall. You didn't have to leave me, you were never there at all. I stayed until it broke me, even when I felt alone. Built a life around your absence, tried to make it feel like home. And I kept chasing something that was already gone. I stayed until it broke me, just to hold on. If love is supposed to save you, why did it ruin me? Why did I keep believing in what we couldn't be? I gave you all my chances, all the time I couldn't keep. Now I'm left with empty hands and promises too deep. I stayed until it broke me, and I don't know who I am without the weight of loving you, or the ghost of what we had. And I'm trying to remember what it felt like to be free before I stayed until it broke me. And now there's nothing left of me. I still remember the last time you tried to say my name, but it faded in the distance like it never stayed the same. I didn't know it was ending, I thought we had more time. I was still planning forever while you were saying goodbye. If I had known the moment was slipping through my hands, I would have held you closer than I ever planned. I was still fighting for us when you were already gone, still believing I could save you when there was nothing left. Hold on, and now I carry every silence, every breath you couldn't take. I was still fighting for us when the world let you break. The room still feels too empty, like you never left at all. I talk to shadows of you, waiting for a call. They say time is supposed to heal, but it only learns your name. And every day I wake up still still calling out the same. I keep replaying moments I can never change, living in a memory that time won't rearrange. I was still fighting for us when the light was slipping away, still hoping for tomorrow that you would never see the day. And I don't know how to stop now, loving someone in the past. I was still fighting for us when nothing could ever last. If I could trade every heartbeat just to bring you back again, I would carry all the sorrow just to see you breathe again. And I know that's not how love works, and I know you're truly gone. Still I'm fighting in the silence where I've been all along. I was still fighting for us when the world had made its choice, still reaching for your shadow, still hearing your voice. And I'll never stop remembering what I couldn't understand. I was still fighting for us with empty shaking hands. And I still am, even now. I said the wrong things at the wrong time, watched your silence turn to goodbye. I thought you'd stay if I tried harder, but I just pushed you further out of my life. Now I replay every moment like I'm searching for a sign that I didn't break the only thing that ever felt like mine. I told myself it wasn't love if I had to beg you to stay, but now I see the truth too late. I was the one who pushed you away. I was still loving you quietly, even when I let you go, even when I said I didn't need you. You were the only thing I know, and I ruined every chance we had with words I can't take back. Now I'm drowning in the silence of a love I can't get back. I was still loving you quietly. Acted like I didn't care, like walking away was easy to do. But every step I took from you was just me breaking in two. I smiled like I was stronger, but I was barely holding on. And now I understand too late what I did wrong. I called it pride, I called it fear, I called it needing space, but all I really did was lose the one I can't replace. I was still loving you quietly, even when I turned away, even when I made you feel like you should never stay. And I ruined every chance we had with a heart I loving you quietly. If I could go back to that night, I'd say the words I never said. I'd hold you closer than I did, instead of pushing you instead. But I don't get second chances, only echoes of your name. And the cruelest kind of memory is knowing I'm to blame. I was still loving you quietly, even when I let you fall. Even when I built the distance that destroyed it all. And I ruined every chance we had with my fear and my disguise. Now I live inside the moment I became your goodbye. I was still loving you quietly, and I still am, just too late for you to hear. Kept the door unlocked for you, like you might come back late. Every night I told myself it's not too little, not too late. I memorized the sound of hope in every passing car, thinking it was you returning from wherever you are. They said I should stop believing in something that's already gone, but I couldn't turn the feeling off. I kept holding on. I was still waiting for you long after you walked away, still saving all my love for you, like you'd come back someday. And I know it sounds foolish now, but I didn't have a choice. My heart was still calling out for the echo of your voice. I was still waiting for you. I learned to live with silence like it was part of me, but every quiet moment still whispered what could be. I kept your side untouched like it was sacred ground, but even time grew tired of you not coming around. I tried to move forward, but something pulled me back to every unfinished memory I couldn't unpack. I was still waiting for you, even when I knew the truth. The love doesn't always stay, no matter what you do. And I gave you all my patience, I could forget, I'd try, but you're written in the quiet between every goodbye. And I don't know how to erase what still feels so true, when every part of me is still reaching for you. I was still waiting for you. And I don't know how to stop waiting for you. You didn't slam the door, you didn't make a sound, you just faded slowly until you weren't around. And I kept talking softly, like you were still right here, answering the quiet that only I could hear. I thought silence meant peace, but this feels different now. Like something's missing, I just don't know how. You left me with a broken silence that echoes through my days. Every word we never finished still finds a way to stay. And I don't hear your voice anymore, but I feel it in the air. You left me with a broken silence that's always there. The space you used to fill still holds your shape somehow, like time forgot to move on, even if I have to now. I trace the empty moments like they might lead to you, but all they ever show me is what I couldn't undo. There's no sound of goodbye, no clear place to begin, just a quiet that keeps closing. If I say your name, does it still exist? Or is it just a memory I can't resist? I keep listening for something new, but all I hear is the absence of you. Silence, silence, silence. Your jacket's still hanging on the back of the chair, like you're coming home later, but you're not anywhere. The coffee you left here still stains the cup. I keep it untouched like you'll finish it up. I talk to the silence like it answers me back, but all I can hear is everything that we had. You left me with everything we had, every word, every laugh, all the nights that still echo in my head. You took all of you when you left, but you didn't take the rest. Now I'm drowning in the memories instead. You left me with everything we had. The mirror still catches the ghost of your face in the space where you stood, like it won't be replaced. I sleep on your side just to feel something close, but the emptiness lingers more than you ever did most. I'm holding the pieces you didn't take when you ran, and they're cutting me deeper than you're leaving. Never can. You left me with everything we had, every touch, every glance, all the moments still replaying in my hands. You walked out and closed the door, but I'm still living in before, where your shadow's the only thing that stands. You left me with everything we had. Did you even notice what you left behind? Or was I just a chapter easy to rewind? 'Cause I'm stuck in the ending you don't have to see, carrying a story that's too heavy for me. You left me with everything we had, all the love, all the pain, every piece of you I can't erase. You're gone, but you're everywhere, in the silence, in the air, in the tears I try so hard to face. You left me with everything we had, and I don't know how to forget something that never really left. You didn't slam the door, you didn't say goodbye. You just became quieter until you weren't mine. And I was still there waiting for something to go wrong, not knowing you were leaving all alone. I thought I'd feel something break, but it just stayed the same, like my heart forgot forgot how to feel your name. You left while I was still holding on, still believing you were here, still building dreams around a shadow that disappeared. And I don't even know the moment you stopped looking back at me, because I was still holding on to what we used to be. You left while I was still holding on. Everything is quiet, but it doesn't feel like peace. It feels like something missing that never lets me sleep. I move through every day like I'm not really inside, just watching someone else try to survive. There's no tears left falling, no anger left to show, just a strange kind of nothing that won't let me go. You left while I was still holding on, and I didn't even see that I was loving someone who was already leaving me. Now I live inside the of a love that lost its sound, still holding on to nothing that's not around. You left while I was still holding on. Maybe that's what hurts the most, not the leaving, not the end, but realizing I was holding something I couldn't mend. And I should feel something, but I don't know how to start. It's just empty where you were, inside my heart. You left while I was still holding on, and I stayed there all alone, believing if I held you tighter, you'd come back home. But you were already gone before I learned to let you be. And now I'm just the silence you left inside of me. You left while I was still holding on. Still holding on to nothing. We were driving with the windows down, like nothing could go wrong. You were singing to the silence, like you already moved on. I thought it was just a moment, I thought it was a phase. Didn't see the distance growing in the spaces of our days. Looking back, it's clearer now what I couldn't see before. All the signs were right there in the way you closed the door. You let go without looking back, like I was easy to leave behind. And I stayed there in the past, trying to change your mind. I should've known the way you held me was already letting go. You let go without and I was the last to know. There's 1,000 little moments that feel different now, like every I love you had a quiet doubt. I remember how you'd hesitate, like your heart was somewhere else, and I kept on believing we were still ourselves. As I replay it in my head, every word, every glance, trying to find the second I still had a chance. You let go without looking back, like the ending didn't hurt. And I'm still here collecting every piece of what we were. I should've known in the silence, in the way you said my name. You let go without looking back, and nothing feels the same. I should've known. I should've known when you got quieter, when your eyes stopped meeting mine, when forever turned to maybe, and maybe turned to time. But love can make you hopeful, even when it's fading fast. And I was holding on to something that you'd already passed. You let go without looking back, and I'm learning how to do the same, even if it takes me longer to forget your name. And I won't blame myself forever for believing what we had, but I wish I saw it sooner, before it turned this sad. You let go without looking back. I should've known, but I just loved you more. You didn't even hesitate, just turned and walked away, like I was something easy. You didn't need to stay. No shaking in your voice, no fight left in your eyes, like I was just a moment you could leave behind. And I stood there in the silence, like I wasn't real at all, wondering if I ever mattered, or if I was never known at all. You let me go too easily, like I was never hard to lose, like I was just a passing thought. You didn't need to choose, and I'm still stuck inside the moment where you didn't even try. While I was breaking slowly, you were learning how to say goodbye. You let me go too easily. Now I replay every second, looking for something I missed. Was I just background noise in a life you won't regret? I built my world around you, you didn't even notice it. And when I finally needed you, you were already gone from it. Maybe I was never loud enough to make you wanna stay, or maybe I was just too like I didn't mean that much, like I was just a touch, and I'm still here in the aftermath of a love you didn't fight. While I was slowly disappearing, you were walking into light. You let me go too easily. Was I ever worth the effort? Did I ever cross your mind? Or was I just something you left behind in time? I don't even need an answer, I already feel the truth. It hurts the most in silence when I still think of you. You let me go too easily, and I don't know what that means. Was I never worth the fight? Or just lost between your dreams? Now I carry all the quiet that you left inside my chest. And the hardest part of loving you is how easy you forget. You let me go too easily. And I'm still here, like I was never hard to lose. Said it wouldn't hurt this much, just a moment, just goodbye. But your shadow stayed behind me, even after you were gone. I keep hearing all your promises in the quiet of my room, like they never really left me, like they're still tied to you. Every step I try to take calls me back to yesterday. I thought time would let me heal, but it only makes me stay. You make goodbye feel endless, like it never really ends. Like I'm stuck inside a moment I can't escape again. And I keep calling out your name, even when there's no saying goodbye. All the nights are getting longer, every second feels the same. I keep searching for a feeling that I'll never feel again. And I'm walking through the memories like they're all I have to hold, but they're fading into nothing while they never let me go. I'm caught between the past and now, where you're gone but still around. I don't know how to move on when you're in every sound. You make goodbye like a loop I can't erase. Every time I try to leave you, I just see your face. And I'm tired of pretending that I'll ever be alright. You make goodbye feel endless, like it lasts my whole life. Goodbye feelings, and I can't escape that. You make goodbye feel endless, like it's echoing in me. Every piece of what we were is something I can't leave, and I know you're not felt laughter, like holding hands and feeling safe. But you were there beside me, still I felt so far away. You never really left me, but you never really stayed. And I learned that being loved doesn't always mean the same. I didn't know the quiet could hurt this much inside, or that someone next to you could still make you hide. You made me feel alone in love, like I was standing in the rain, while you were right there next to me, but never felt the same. And I thought that love would save me, but it taught me how to break. You didn't even have to leave to make my heart ache. You made me feel alone in love. I used to believe forever was something I could touch, but growing up is learning that sometimes love's not enough. I smiled like I was happy, even when I wasn't sure if love was supposed to feel this empty and unsure. No one tells you growing up that love can still feel cold, even when you're in someone's arms and not alone. You made me feel alone in love, even when you held my hand. I was learning how to lose myself while trying to understand. And now I see clearly what I couldn't see before. Love isn't always leaving, sometimes it just ignores. You made me feel alone in love. Maybe I was just too young to know what love should be, or maybe I was waiting for someone to see all of me. But I grew up in the silence of a heart that didn't speak, and I learned that love can hurt you without ever being weak. You made me feel alone in love, and I don't blame you anymore. I just wish I had known sooner what love was really for. Now I carry what you taught me like a scar I can't erase, and I'm still learning how to love without losing my place. You made me feel alone in love, and I grew up because of us. I found a picture in my phone from a night I can't forget. We were smiling like forever was a promise we had set. You had your arm around my shoulder, but your eyes were somewhere else. And I didn't notice then I was losing you myself. Now I see it in the details, all the things I couldn't prove, how I slowly disappeared, standing next to you. You made me feel invisible in love, like I was there but never seen, like I was just a quiet moment in your bigger dreams. And I gave you all my colors, but you only saw the gray. You made me feel invisible in love, in every single way. There's a video of us laughing, but I don't remember why. Guess I learned to fake a feeling just to keep you by my side. Every memory feels different. Now I'm looking back again, like I was just a background in the story we were in. I kept trying to be louder, hoping you would finally hear, but silence was the answer. Every time I drew you near, you made me feel invisible in love. Even when you held my hand, I was reaching out for something you could never understand. And I kept rewriting moments, trying to make them feel okay. You made me feel invisible in love, till I faded away. Maybe love shouldn't feel like you're asking to be known. Maybe I was just too willing to feel alone. Now I see the truth in every picture, every frame. I was there beside you, but never in your name. You made me feel invisible in love, and I don't need that anymore. I'm learning how to find myself in ways I lost before. And even if the memories still echo when I try, I won't be invisible again, just to keep you in my life. I see it clear now, in every photo we left behind. We built it from nothing, brick by broken brick. I thought it meant something, something that would stick. But you start believing somewhere down the line, and I was still standing in what we left behind. There was no warning, no final sign, just a slow disappearing of what I called mine. You walked away from what we built, like it was never real, like all the way we carried was something you couldn't feel. And I'm still standing in the wreckage of everything we were, while you erased the meaning without a single word. You walked away from what we built. Now every wall is echoing with things we never said, and I talk to empty rooms where your voice used to thread. keep expecting answers that never come at all. Just silence stretching further through every empty hole. You walked away from what we built and left it standing still, like a house without a purpose on a broken hill. And I don't know how to follow when there's nothing left to chase, just the shadow of a future that you erased. You walked away from what we built. Maybe it was fragile from the very start, but I didn't know collapse could feel like falling apart inside my heart. And I keep waiting for a reason that will never come to light, just trying to survive another empty night. You walked away from what we built and left me underneath, holding all the weight of something that no longer breathes. And I'm not even angry, I'm just tired and alone in the ruins of forever that you turned into stone. You walked away from what we